Hi, this is Keith Williams. Welcome to 5 Watt World, where we're interested in helping you get the most music from the least gear. We're into small amps, small pedals, and helping you find your tone. What do I mean when I say the word minimalism? Let me tell you a quick story. I used to live in Burlington, Vermont. People would learn that and they would gush to me about the mountains, the lake, the music scene, all the extraordinary restaurants. They'd say, "Man, you are so lucky to live there." And I would reply, "Well, I'm very grateful to live here, but I chose to live here. I live here on purpose." This minimalism thing is really about that, about doing things on purpose. Even your music, especially your music. Up next. The current lifestyle usage of the term minimalism shouldn't be confused with the minimalism in art and architecture thing. It's also not the minimalism in music, Steve Reich, John Cage, Philip Glass, etc. This isn't that either. This is the minimalist lifestyle, questioning consumerism, awareness of choices thing. Surprisingly, it's also not about how many. It's not about how many guitars, amps, or pedals you should have, or drum sets or saxophones for that matter. No one can tell you what is enough for you, any more than someone else can tell you what's important to you. What things truly add value to your life. This thing people like to call minimalism could just as easily be called enoughism, or essentialism, or intentionalism. A wise person once said, "If you don't make a plan, someone will make one for you." So this is about making a plan for ourselves. Like my quip about living in Burlington, approaching our musical life on purpose. We need to spend time looking at what our goals for playing are. Is it about performing, songwriting, recording, producing? If we can answer these questions, the question about how much stuff we need to get there gets much easier. Which makes it clear that having less stuff is really the result of wanting/needing less stuff. Having less stuff is the result, not the cause of figuring out what's essential. Marketers in the music industry want to define what we need to play a certain kind of music. Years ago, I put together a jazz quartet. From reading guitar magazines since I was about the age of 14, I figured I needed a fat-bodied jazz box. So I bought myself a beautiful Fender D'Acquisto and confidently headed off to my jazz gigs. The guitar was a constant struggle with feedback, and since I'm really not a very big guy, the guitar was too big for me to be comfortable playing on long gigs. Pretty quickly, I realized that the club wasn't full of guitar players. The crowd had no expectations about what sort of guitar I should be playing. So I put flat wounds on a Parker Fly Deluxe, rolled the tone back, dialed in a little piezo bridge pickup, and played my weekly jazz gigs for the next 5 years. Not once did anyone ever question what sort of guitar I was using to play that style of music. Which is at the heart of the matter. We shouldn't be misled into thinking that our choice of instrument can say anything about who we are as musicians. Instead, we should be striving to say something musical with that instrument. It's a terrible realization when you learn that you can't buy the sound in someone else's hands. I should know. I own an Eric Johnson Stratocaster and a PRS DGT. I've owned a Zen Drive like Robin Ford, and I even built a 5-watt Dumble-style amplifier because of Larry Carlton and David Lindley. Buying that new guitar always feels like progress until we sit down with it the first time and find we're playing the same riffs we always have. If we just take a minute and think about it, it seems so obvious. But the point is, we don't think about it. The guys from the documentary simply titled Minimalism apply just 2 principles. 1, identify what is essential. 2, let go of the rest. Decide what it is that matters to you most and structure your time around those goals, be they personal or musical. Wrestle with what your priorities are and what it is that's essential for you, and then let go of the rest. So that's what I mean when I say minimalism. It's being thoughtful about what it is I want to do and then acting on that plan. Doing things on purpose. If you like the video, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that too. Remember, you can always check us out over at the blog at 5wattworld.com. Until next time, thanks for being a part of the 5 Watt World.